Okay. Good evening, everyone, and welcome to Speak Up Club's last meeting of the year, 2025. And for the past few years, this has become a ritual for us, specifically for the past 5 years. Every year, this last meeting has been consistent with the theme of reflections of how our year has been. And at different times in time, when I've gone back to look at the word that I assigned to that 1 year, I've seen how times change and how the entire year's experience changed versus what I thought it to be. And that's what the year has been and how it has been for me. So today in this meeting, before we move forward, let me give a brief about the Speak Up Club for the ones who are coming for the first time. We are a community that started in 2020 May, and we have been doing these open mics and different forms of life skills or communication skills programs free of cost. There's a community which is paid and member only. That's a different thing, but this is something that we have been doing. We did it for 125 Saturday nights on a trot until 2022 end. And then from 2023 Jan onwards, we have been doing it every month. From June 2024, because the world opened up, we started to do these in the offline space as well. So consistently over the past, I would say 5.5 years in all, we have done a total of open mics, just the open programs which are free for all, a total of over 155 programs till now. And that's how it has been. And when I look back at what is the reason why we are doing this, I have this very simple vision of what Speak Up Club stands for. When I look at the vision of Speak Up Club, it is to empower individuals to speak, to share their stories, to express themselves. And the second part of it is to build perspectives, to build a community where we can all expand our perspectives of our life. And specifically, what do we do? How do we run these programs? With a simple mission, it's a stage for all. It's a stage for anyone who wishes to come and express yourself, express your stories, express what you have experienced in life. It doesn't have to be success stories. It doesn't have to be big things. It can be things that matter to you. And that's what we are looking at a stage like this. And more importantly, we have built this community, a close one, a close-knit community where we all appreciate the diversity that we all have, the perspectives that we have, the differences that we have, and yet we all come together, share a stage, share the bond, and express our stories, and that's how we grow. That's what Speak Up Club is all about. And like I said, our themes are very specific so that it's not random ideas or performances or themes which are running here and there with every performance. We intend to keep the themes of the meeting very crisp so that each one of us at the end of it can leave back home being wiser and having a thought about the theme of that meeting and having grown wiser. Not just sharing what you think, but also what everyone has to share. That's where we really grow. That's how the theme works in Speak Up Club. Not a random idea or random theme or random performances, but specifically with the idea of each one of us growing together. Having said that, the theme for today, like I mentioned to you all, the theme for today is reflections. Every year, it's very easy for us to wait for the 1st of January and move forward with the year with another new resolution, another plan, another goal. But have you realized that you have an entire gold mine of reservoir of what you can do and how you can do better by not any external source, but just by merely looking at your own last 1 year. And that's the reason I say resolutions are hope, but reflections are insights, because they tell you about what you did when compared to what you wanted to do. And that's where a lot of our stories, a lot of our experiences of the potential that we have comes in from looking back at the year gone by. So now I open the stage for each one of you all to come forward and share what you see when you look back at the year 2025. Things of the hits, the misses, the highs, the lows, the memories that you have, the lessons that you have learned in the year. That is what we are looking to listen to. And as we progress with sharing our stories, last night when I did the same program virtually, one thing that I realized is, while we are all lost in our own world, when we listen to the stories that others have to share, there's something which is profound that we get to learn. We get to learn not from some inspiration somewhere, but from someone who's right in front of us, having lived an experience, and someone whom you can go and talk to. Because you never know, your 2025 could be somebody's inspiration for 2026. So looking forward to listening to your stories and your experiences.
So, good evening everyone. This is Jay. Rahul is the one person who would always motivate me to come forward. I am the shyest guy here, so I feel my 2025 has been a kind of a mirror to my life, I guess, because in 2024 December, I'd left my job because my dad was ill, and I was like, what will I do next? I had nothing. Like, the business that dad used to carry had gone to zero, like, because he was on a 6-month bed rest because of his ill. He got a lung infection, and he was asked to have a 6 months bed rest. So I thought I need to get into doing business, and then we have a sugar trading firm. So what my dad used to do is he used to sell to chocolate manufacturers in Hyderabad. I explored why couldn't we do it to other areas like different South Indian markets, Bangalore, Kerala, and then Vijayawada, Andhra Pradesh. So, my brother and I started exploring, doing things. We visited 100 factories, sugar factories in January to Feb, March, April. We did these three things, made so many connections, met so many individual businesses, business run by 3-4 people at running at very large scale. And I got humbled by seeing them, how grounded they are, and how simple and how happy they were to share insights about things, and they were very curious, why are you kids entering into this volume business and everything. So that has been an enriching experience. Post that, my dad recovered, so I thought this is the time I need to get back to job or experience new things, because in business I was just meeting some old people, and I was not feeling that this is my vibe. I want to do it in the initial of my career. So one guy came up to me and said, "Why don't you Why don't you write a CAT exam?" And I went and I thought, let's give it a shot. And trust me, it is what do you call? It's all my nerves in my brains, every nerve in my brain. So one guy told 4 months ho jayega, kar lena, and in that exam I had to write mocks, and after every mock I used to analyze them, how did I write, and that was like a mirror to my face, that how much ever you see, कितना भी पढ़ लो, अगर मॉक्स में मार्क्स ही नहीं आते थे मेरे को तो ऐसा लगता था कि क्या हो रहा है, मेरे से कुछ आता भी है. आई फेल्ट लाइक द डमेस्ट गाय ऑन दिस अर्थ दैट एग्जिस्टेड. सो एंड आई वाज सो heartbroken that I was like, not go and write this exam, because I'm not cut out for this. But then somehow I mustered the courage and I'd gone there. And yesterday was the result. Like, I got 89 percentile, which is like not something that great. But then I feel like from not writing an exam to going and write it and getting 89 was like fine. I just wrote it. So that has been a mirror. And one more aspect of my life that I think Acha, red. One more aspect of my life that I am trying to change. Like I told it in the last session that I had come, that I am trying to meet new people, do things out of others' umbrella, being in that, getting out of that umbrella, and that has not gone well, honestly. People have stopped talking to me. I'm meeting the same person that I used to meet in the groups for last 2 years. Now when I meet individually, I do not have anything to talk. I was always at the listening end. I figured out. So this time I'm trying to take that what do you call it? Take that plunge and make that initiation. Thank you.
My name is Basavraj. So, reflections. So, 2025 is full of, I could say that, learning, adventurous trip, and family time, friends time, and continuous learning, as I said. When today, I think I had a time and start what I should speak. So then back in the mind, the list was so big. And one of the no, the list which are quite heart touching mine is that last 15 days back, my mentor asked me to speak. So it was like spontaneous. I don't know what to speak. Then he gave me 5 minutes and you must speak. Then I had key points what I need to speak. Then the overall 10 minutes of speech, and after posting that video on the YouTube, one of my student he got motivated, and this is really a grateful to him that he draw my portrait, and the speech which I gave in the English language, even though the boy doesn't know the language of my Kannada language, he translated a summary of my entire video in the Kannada language. And as I'm a yogic guy, I do yoga every day. So his mom came and he gave me a chit. I was really surprised when I opened and when I saw portrait on mine. So I was really grateful. That is the kind of reflection, and the video which I made got motivated, and he got his message. The video was about the importance of having soft skills in the student's life. So maybe he took it in the positive way, and that made me to realize the kind of reflection. And one more, the thing is that the voluntary program. So I always volunteer myself into a lot of programs, and my colleagues ask me like, why you don't want to motivate us. So one of the recent program which my organization has made, I motivated around 7 to 8 colleagues, and they came, they volunteered themselves, and the kind of event they enjoyed. So these are the positive necks and the setbacks that I wanted to do lot of course. Because of pure budget planning, I couldn't able to do courses. Maybe in the 2026, definitely I'll make sure that I'll achieve my courses. Thank you. And yeah, one thing I forgot. Rahul's everyday video is truly motivating, and I never miss your video. And if it is really, has a message, then I will share with my kids every day. Thank you.
Good morning to one and all present here. Me being a student, a new year starts after the annual exams. Basically the March. After that annual exam, it feels as if I started something new. I used to always every year try new things, like last year I tried crocheting. This year I felt, let me try something more new. So I got advised through my friend. She told, see the movie Harry Potter, the Philosopher's Stone. I watched it, but then I usually watch movies. So I felt the same adventure experience. But then I thought, what will I feel if I read books? So then the next library class of my next standard, I took the book of a Harry Potter and started the next series. I could see that Harry Potter's movie was elaborated in the book. I could feel as if I was in the book, and I felt the experience, the fear, the curiosity, and every victory gave me a joy. I couldn't stop reading. I continued the series. Literally, the 7th book was I was feeling sad. Why is the book ending? I wanted more. I literally couldn't stop it. And a news came to my ears that there was one last book extra for this Harry Potter, and it was The Cursed Child. I couldn't resist myself. I begged my library teacher, because we are not allowed to take thick books, but somehow I managed to take it and read it. After I completed the last book, a week, I was quite bored. I couldn't find any more new books. Later, I discovered a similar kind of adventurous storybook, which is called the Percy Jackson. I literally thought it won't be that good as Harry Potter, but then again, I discovered new things. I found their friendship in that. Again, I had to fight with sea monsters. I got a dream too. Literally, I became too bookish to novels that I couldn't stop it. I sometimes think I'm reading more books of these things like novels than my study books. So I thought, okay, it's okay. But then I couldn't stop myself. Curiosity claws me. The lantern in my hope. I literally feel the curiousness, and I'm now opening the third book of Percy Jackson. Thank you.
For me, when I look back at the last year, I'll define it as this. Imagine a room where you climb up and go to that room having some 4, 5 or 10 stairs. Each month of this particular year has been these steps for me. At least till June, the 6 steps that I covered. The first step of being in the same mode that life is like this only, nothing can be changed, and I'm just going to be in this mess forever. That month passed by. I listened to all the resolutions my friends have taken, and I thought, just like last year, anyways, they are also not going to fulfill it. That month passed by with me achieving literally nothing and going into much more depth of pain, of sorrow, and of seeing myself in a very bad health, emotionally, physically, mentally. Step 2, which came in around February, March, where I thought that what is going to change if I just keep sitting and not do anything? Just thought. I did not work on it. Because just like every year I used to think about it during February, this was nothing different. But one major thing happened during this time. It was March, and I had gone to a nature cure center wherein I got some treatment done. For the first time in last 8 to 10 years, I realized what good health can give me. Because those 10-15 days were the best days in perfect health that I stayed. I thought, okay, maybe things can change. I came back in April, again landed on the third step, which said, let's get going. I'm at my mom's place, everything's going fine, kids are taken care of, and I can change my life forever now. Nothing worked. 10 days, 15 days, it was gone. After that, each step I climbed took me, rather than taking up, it felt as if it was taking me down. But soon around August, I opened this door of my room. I saw a picture that I had painted around 10 years, 12 years back of how I want to be, what kind of a person, what kind of a life, what kind of an achievements do I want to do. That picture told me that you've not achieved anything of this picture yet, but reminded me that I could. As I went forward, there was a bed which told me that you have been resting for past 10-15 years. It's time to get up, stand up, and do something. There was also another window which told me that there is a world outside this window. Just look at it, of how beautiful wines are there, what beautiful life is there. So all these things which I saw in my room over this whole year told me one thing. It is only the time that I need to open that window. That's what I did in the month of October, November. That's when I decided that I know my life is not going to change drastically. I have made enough messes of it in 15 years. But does that mean that I can't? And then one thing, one phone rang where I felt my nani, who I was closest to and was an extremely growth-oriented lady, I would say, speak on it. There is no time or age to change. That's when I started this change of my life. Now I've started to go for walks, I've started eating healthy, I've started spending time with my family and changing my life day by day, month by month. And I hope 2026 is going to be a changing year for me. So guys, there is no age, no time to change your year, your calendar, and your room and the view from that window.
Super. हेलो एवरीवन। तो मेरा 2025 ऐसा रहा जैसे राहुल मैं प्रिपेयर्ड नहीं हूँ। तो जैसे ही 2025 स्टार्ट होने वाला था तो मैं राहुल के घर गया था। मैंने बोला कि मुझे ऑफलाइन क्लासेस चाहिए, तो उन्होंने मेरे लिए स्पेशली ऑफलाइन कंडक्ट किया है। सो 2025 का रेजोल्यूशन 1 कंप्लीट हो गया मेरा ऑफलाइन क्लासेस अटेंड करके. एंड सेकेंड वन वेट लॉस का था. मैंने जैन फेब मार्च एक महीने करके एक जीन्स हाँ सोचा अप्रैल से स्टार्ट करूं. अप्रैल से अभी दिसंबर तक आ गया, मैंने रेजोल्यूशन कंप्लीट नहीं किया. थर्ड था कि जितना हो सके उतनी कम शॉपिंग करूं. और उस शॉपिंग के लिए मैंने इतना हाथ टाइट करके रखा कि मैंने ये रेजोल्यूशन भी कंप्लीट कर दिया. ये मेरा लास्ट पेयर है, लास्ट दिसंबर में लिया, जो अभी तक चला रहा हूँ, क्योंकि मैं फुटवेयर में इतना पैसे खर्चता हूँ. ये कंप्लीट करना है बल्कि कंप्लीट कर रहा हूँ. और फोर्थ ये था कि ये साल मैंने बहुत से लोगों के बारे में मतलब जानने की कोशिश की है. पीपल मैनेजमेंट और लोगों को कैसे जानना चाहिए वो मैंने सीखा है. मतलब हर कोई सपोर्टिव नहीं रहता है, कोई ना कोई मीठे लोग भी होते हैं, उनसे थोड़ा दूर रहना. और मेरा और एक रेजोल्यूशन था कि ये मेरा लास्ट ब्लड टेस्ट रहेगा, ये मेरा लास्ट ब्लड टेस्ट रहेगा, बल्कि दिसंबर तक आ गया हूँ. मैं अभी तक ट्रीटमेंट लेते ही जा रहा हूँ. बस हो गया. बस थैंक यू.
My name is Neha and today I am here to share my reflection of 2025. This year has been very special for me. In 2025, I learned many new things, but the most important thing I learned is English. So sometimes I felt nervous and confused. Sometimes I stopped in the middle, but I didn't give up. After that, slowly and step by step, I keep learning and I started learning. I learned new words. I learned how to use a laptop. I learned how to communicate with people, and I learned how to connect with new people. This journey was not easy for me, but it taught me something very important: patience. I learned to be patient with myself. I understood that learning takes time. Mistakes are okay, stopping is okay, but giving up is not okay. So I kept learning like that, and today I'm not perfect, but I am better than yesterday, and that makes me proud. Now, when I talk about 2026, I really want to become a public speaker like Rahul sir, and I really want to become a speaker, and I really want to express my thoughts more clearly and perfectly. And if I can learn, then I can grow. And I also started my YouTube channel where I talk to many YouTubers and I learn from them. So I wish we all of us keep growing, keep learning, and keep growing, keep learning, and we never stop believing in ourselves. Thank you so much for listening. Have a great day.
I've known and seen her for the past 3 to 6 months, often with Jaman coming to the meetings and attending us. When you look back at where you started, often a case you don't need any other inspiration. Look back at where you started. And I think that's the story that you can tell to yourself of how far you have come, how much you have accomplished, and how proud you can be of yourself. Because I've been in this kind of muddle where after accomplishing at least till here, I was killing myself for not being to go here. And that's when a few years back I reminded myself that this journey that I've come till here also is good enough. It's far, far ahead than where I started and what I wanted to do. It's beautifully said, happiness is not lost somewhere else. It's lost in our expectations of where we want to be, not seeing where we are. Thank you, Neha, for that beautiful story. Let's move to the next speaker.
I'm Rambha. Huh. So, talking about 2025 and my reflection would be 2025 was filled with new beginnings. I mean, I just kept doing things. First off, I started my first job. I got my first internship. I picked up new hobbies. I got into fitness. I I had a very strong bond with my friends and family, which I didn't experience while I was in college. Those things, I had a different level of maturity altogether. And then being able to actually earn money teaches you a lot about people around you, about how things work in reality, about what it means to spend money, to save, to understand all those things. It got me into a perspective of how my parents brought me up and what they had to go through and many other things. So I would say I didn't expect that 2025 would be such a big change. I just thought that I would be a graduate. That's it. But then, like, I thought having a job would just bring more parties, more fun altogether. But it was way different, way more internal, and like I think 2025 is one of by far the bestest years of my life in terms of how many things I've experienced and how it has shaped me as a person. Also, like in 2025, I picked up a new hobby of martial arts inspired by my friends, and then slowly I got into fitness and realized that how much strength I lack in my body and how I need to build it. So for 2026, I definitely have it on my resolution. And then apart from that, I Speak Up Club was after my school times, the first time I came onto a stage or place or a podium to speak in front of people. And it really got me it really boosted my confidence. And this is literally the second time I'm out here speaking, but this just feels very more natural to me, and I hope I get to do more such things in 2026. And that's it. Thank you.
It was martial arts. But yeah, very beautifully said, because I remember ऐसे उड़ाने वालों को देखा है मैंने, जब नौकरी करके वापस आते हैं तब एक एक नोट ढंग से रखते हैं. आई थिंक लाइफ हैज इट्स ओन वे ऑफ टीचिंग अस. वी ऑफन टेल आवर किड्स क्या कर रहे हो, कैसे कर रहे हो, ये उड़ा रहे हो, वो उड़ा रहे हो. जब उन पे आ जाती है तब अपने आप सीखते हैं. एवरीथिंग हैज इट्स ओन टाइम टू लर्न, टू अर्न, and to respect all the things that you have gone. I think the way you said, the way you look back at your parents today will be very different of what they have done for you and the struggles that we go through. I think it's a beautiful part that we go through the struggles to actually realize the power of how we can nurture and grow as a person. And that struggles will define that meaning for it. Thank you, Rambha, for that wonderful share. Let's...
Sorry? No, that's fine. She knows almost everything, so that's okay. Hi everyone, good evening. So, 2025, some mistakes cost life, and it can devastate the entire family, right? From last couple of years, at least 7-8 years, I have been doing the same mistake. To come out of that, again doing mistake on mistake. It came to a point where I feel like I'm done, and I don't think I can come out of that. And I can't express that to even my parents, because the way how they grow me up, if I go and tell them that these things, I don't think they're okay with that. My wife knows everything from the time we married, and she helped me on that financially, at the same time emotionally as well. And I think in October and last year, I came out of that fully. And I'm more younger than my kid now. He is 2.5. I feel like I'm just 1 year, 3 months now. And I'm enjoying my life to some extent, I think, not thinking about too many things, just what is important for my family at this point of time and what I have to do to create an impact in society. So one thing I did this year is joining Toastmasters, because to meet all of you, me being introvert, I don't think I can come and say even hi and create that impact in 5 minutes. That helped me to kind of give a platform. So I know Rahul I met a couple of weeks back. This is a platform I feel like just come up and kind of connect each other to share. But I feel like this is the year I kind of restarted my life. And I know with the kind of, if I go with good fitness and good food, I can at least live 30, 40 years. And I can create that impact to my family and the friend circle. Yeah. Thank you.
Until 2024, I thought the life was giving me a lot of lemons. I was trying to make lemonade out of it. Then 2025, I thought, I started with a song like, इसको ही जीना कहते हैं तो वैसे जी लेंगे. I started with that, but then I realized that something needs to change. I was in an awe of people who speak and strike conversations like our Afroz or Rahul, who just strike a conversation with the waiter or a person who is serving a tea. Just strike a conversation and make them relatable. I did not have that capability in me at all. I thought, why should I try? Why should I not try? Being an introvert, I wanted to strike the conversations with the people whom I don't know. I joined Toastmasters in the month of January. Then things changed. I started accepting things which are coming on my way. Like in the month of March, one of my team members was about to, I heard the news that he was about to leave. And he is also an extrovert like Rahul and Afroz, who can strike a conversation with anyone and make a impression that even after leaving, they come to me and ask me, where is he? What is he doing? That kind of impression I wanted to leave when I speak to people. And then I started my journey of saying yeses, accepting myself and being out there, saying yes to a lot of things. I gave an attempt of humorous speech contest. Humor is not my forte. I gave an attempt to host events, which was not even my forte. A lot of events that I have hosted in this year started with a small online event, and then I moved on to an offline event which was hosted in the our KBR Park, and then I hosted an R&R event. My journey of saying yes was awesome. It is giving me pleasure and happiness. I'm making people and I'm making them entertained. Seeing them happy is making me happy. And towards 2026, I don't want to take any resolution, but I just want to go with the flow. But I want to challenge myself. I don't want to compete anyone, but I want to compete myself. That's what I want to take home for 2026. Over to you.
Okay. Have you ever changed your perspective sometimes? Like some moment change your perspective? For me, it happened recent time, like last couple of days ago, when I was talking to my niece. She was living in Canada now. And while she was in India like 4 years ago, she has went to a speak therapy. Now when I speak with her, like last couple of days ago, I realized how the things can change, you know. So the transformation which she had from not speaking properly to speaking, expressing her ideas, you know, confidently, made me think that confidence is nothing related to knowledge. It is more related to embrace, how you embrace yourself and do it. So it's nothing to, until that time I was thinking like, you get confidence when you have a content here. And then when you have something to share, when you have a subject expert knowledge, then you have confidence. But looking at that, I realized just an 8-year-old kid demonstrated that confidence doesn't need knowledge. That's the first realization I had. And looking back to my 2025 reflections, So I had a hectic schedule. I had like the work and then travel that cost me family time. Sometimes even I couldn't concentrate on the programs which I joined. So it was like complete hectic, but still I overcome those challenges with confidence. We just accepted that this is going to change, and because I had like to work for two other subordinates who have just left the company, so that was completely hectic. But still, I learned through that, and just looking back or looking forward to 2026, what I want to learn is first thing is on the action instead of learning. I feel like more of information I'm just gathering it rather than implementing it. So I thought like I need to do the action. I have enough knowledge now. I just go and do it now. Just do it. And second one is gratitude with a transformation. So I just want to accept myself as a guy while I'm chasing my dreams. Where whenever I'm just falling back, I just hit myself and just thinking I'm not enough. You have to go this way, this height. So I'm expecting whatever I'm reaching the height, I'm just expecting, no, this is not your level, you have to go. It's like what Rahul said. So that gratitude and gratitude, what you have, that especially just want to share one example. One of the Toastmaster in Chennai when I joined, he just lost his hand in the accident in last maybe December. And then he was given a appreciation doing Toastmaster. So then I learned, okay, he lost one hand and then still he is overcoming the challenges and doing it. So what and all we have now, like we have to appreciate what we have with us. That's the thing. Second thing I want to just go ahead with, means embrace it. And third one is mainly on this action, inaction. So action is one thing, and then this gratitude is next one. And third, I would say like accepting yourself what you are, and then going ahead with the challenges what you have. So that's what it is. Yeah, over to you. Thank you.
Everyone. So good evening everyone. To all the new faces over here, this is Harika, a third year BTech student, and it's been a long time here. It's been like almost 6 to 7 months, and coming to my 2025, this is the best part of my life. I started earning, I got a new internship, I worked for 3-4 months. I became a full-time volunteer in the Art of Living organization. I did some courses there. It gave me so much. Like I felt so much grateful for everything happened this year. And of course, there are some ups and downs. I cried a lot. I laughed a lot. I got some new friends. I found friends for life. And the college life is going well. And we are in a strict schedule of all the placements and all. So this is like a very blissful year. And this year I entered into my 20s, and I came to know what life is. It is like there is so much big crocodile festival. And going back, there are so many ups and downs, but I'm thankful for everything. And with my whole heart, I'm welcoming 2026 into my life. And I'm looking forward for so many good things. Thank you.
Harika and Subash was the idea of gratitude. Somewhere over the past 1.5 years, this is something which has kind of transformed me into the form that I am today. Somewhere, there's a quote that resonated with me which said, the more you're grateful for what you have, the more blessed you will be for what you can be grateful for. And I think that's the entire loop of how gratitude works and how you all can actually manifest whatever you want to by being grateful first, by having and appreciating what you have in life.
Good evening, and congratulations first thing for not for coming up here, but for surviving 2025. Yeah, so there's so much. How much time do we have? 3 minutes. My 2025 has been a roller coaster. And this is the first time I'm sort of reflecting on it. Thanks to Rahul for this opportunity at Speak Up Club. And I always wanted to be here, and for some other reason I couldn't be here. And thanks to Uma today for getting me here. I'm a technologist by profession, a law student, and a father to a 3-year-old. So I solve problems, incidents when I'm at work. I decipher laws when I'm in class, and at home I lose arguments to a 3-year-old who can't spell banana or say banana for that matter. That's me. I took a work sabbatical recently. How many of you, there are some college students, I believe, and there are some, professionals here, esteemed, and also there are some middle-aged people. So, how many of us, not for you. So, how many of you think that, okay, this is it, I've done, I've reached that point in my life where I need a break from studies, from work, from families, from all things, all of the overthinking. Achha. I'm the option D guy, all of the above. So, yeah, so there's been recently a time where I thought to myself, okay, let's say, fortunately or unfortunately, I had this, I was asked to move to Bangalore for my work, and I said no. So I took a voluntary agreement, retirement from my work after working for a couple of years. And I started on a sabbatical in my life. I drove like 12,000 kilometers in 3 to 4 months of time. I drove to to Kanyakumari, the lowest part in India, and not drove but visited Kashmir in this year. So I've been to Kashmir to Kanyakumari this year. So I did that part where I enjoy the most, travel. And secondly, I did a few things in Toastmasters. I come to the stage to improve my own storytelling techniques and learn from stalwarts like Rahul Jain. So this is what I did also in this year. And also got to spend a lot of time with my family, which we take for granted in our usual day-to-day routine. So that's one thing I'm really grateful for and have huge gratitude for. I got this opportunity. Looking ahead, because it's both looking back and forward, as per the theme. Looking ahead, I think I would work on getting back on pulling up my socks and getting back to the routine and making some good money. So that's what I'm looking ahead at. And I think there's this recent ad that I saw. How many of you think money is important or being happiness is important? Let's put it that way. Both are important. I think this is a never-ending debate. This is a never-ending debate. Last night I saw an ad where this person walking on the street, South Korean guy, I guess, he sees the water falling on his head, and then he sees a dead plant. So he moves that poor, you've seen that, right? And then he consecutively does so many kind things, but he's a poor guy, right? So I felt it was heartwarming for me, and I felt that we don't have to be having a lot of money in our bank account to be rich. We can be rich, being happy, being kind. So we cannot change what we, 2025 where we began, but what we can change is what we have ahead. So we cannot change the start, but we can make a good ending. So cheers to everyone for a good year 2025.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Akash. Am I not audible? Good evening, everyone. My name is Akash. So, first of all, I would like to thank Rahul for conducting these sessions. I still remember my first speaker club. Was the Jan session of 2025. So basically, it was like I planned a 2-day trip to Hyderabad, and I was looking in internet to what to do in Hyderabad for 2 days. And on that weekend only, I found that a speaker club is happening in the mall. So I registered for that, and from that event, I'm coming here. So basically, for my reflections, I want to share two things which I have learned in my 2025. So first thing I want to share is the most important part of human life. So according to me, the most important thing of a human life is the relationships. So according to me, most of us, we take our close relationships for granted. We don't think about them that much. I'll give you an instance. For example, there are a lot of things happening around us. We think about a lot of things throughout our day. We talk with our friends. When we go to office, we discuss about cricket, we discuss about sports, we discuss politics. We have some arguments. We have some heated arguments with our partner, with our family. So one thing we need to understand here is where we are going through all of this. For example, let's say pollution, the air quality is going very bad. Even in Hyderabad, the air quality is not that much good. But are you really that much affected because of that? You are affected. Technically, you should be affected. You should be concerned. But what's in your head 24/7? You are thinking about your partner. You are thinking about your family. If I ask something, if I ask you what's important for you, you might say that my job is important for me. This is important for me. Earning money is important for me. Fine. Even if you say your job is important for you, what's driving you for that job? Is it the salary? Because salary you are getting at the end of the month, one day happiness, and what about the rest 30 days? You are being with the people. Even if you love the work you are doing, if the relationship you are maintaining there, in your workplace, anywhere, if it is not good, then it doesn't matter. I like, suppose we have a political discussion with our friends. I like a party, suppose a party A, someone likes a party B, someone likes a party C. We have a discussion. I will say that this party is not doing great, this party is doing this party is doing that, and we have a heated argument. I'll take that personally, someone will take that personally. We will not talk for days. But suddenly I met with an accident. Who will be there for me? Right? No, I was just giving an example. So in that case, we need to think. We need to act maturely. We need to think that what exactly matters. We can have discussions. We can have debates also. But at the end, we need to think what actually matters in our life. There are many things going around in the world. We should be concerned, and we are concerned. But after all, we are human. We are emotional beings, and something is there that affects us more. So this was the first thing, that we need to prioritize our relationship. And second thing, that it's a follow-up of this thing only. Like, if we act mature, if we think about the things which actually matters. So if you think about that thing, so you will know that you need to achieve some things in your life. You have some goals, you have some ambitions. For example, as he said that he wanted to lose weight in 2025. So we all are aware of that thing. We all are aware that what's actually important. We have discussion, we have debates, we have discussions on various things. But deep down, we know that what's important, and we have to act upon it. But do we really act? We act only if we feel motivated. We act only if we have the perfect mood for going to. For example, I'm taking the example of gym only. I will only go to the gym when I have the perfect sleep, when I have the perfect food, and when everything is perfect. Then only I will go to the gym, and rest of the days I will not go to the gym. So I have felt these things personally in my 2025. I know everything. I understand things.
My name is Varun Naidu, and I'm born and brought up in Nagpur, Maharashtra. So some of the best moments I would like to share. So I have, fortunately, I have 14 number of cousins. So in Nagpur, born and brought up in Nagpur. So basically, what happened? One of the brother-in-law, हम लोग ने जूते उते छुपाए थे. So we got 35,000 cash. So again, we pumped up some money on that, and we went to Himachal Pradesh in May 2025. So in that, we had lots of fun. But apart from me, all are not disciplined. So few are very lethargic, and also we missed the train. एक भाई ने desert order किया था. So we missed the train. So some of the cousins are like less than 20 years old. So we told to their parents that एक minister आया था, so train miss हो गई. लेकिन कुछ लोग पहुंच चुके थे नागपुर. So as a leader, I told my leftover cousins that we should have some productive time pass. So the remaining cousins went to pub and enjoyed a lot. So that was one of the best feelings. So we want the details. Cutting to October 2025, again few cousins and brother-in-law gathered, and one of my brother-in-law is in Indian Army, so he had taken the lead, and we made one group, Bangkok group, Thailand. So we went to Thailand and have lots of fun. So in October, November, December, I could not able to exercise properly. So next of my So upcoming days, I would like to exercise more and diet more. So it will help. My takeaway is the greatest victory is not winning the battles, but conquering oneself. Yeah. Thank you.
Hi everyone. So Rahul is asking us to talk about 300 days in 3 minutes, and that's quite difficult. But I'm going to quickly snap it up for you in snapshots of a जो carousel of year गया है. I think for each one of us, life will not be कि a year was great or the year was bad. It's pretty much of what you make of it at the end of it, after all the ups and downs. So I think this year I saw a lot of celebration, a lot of joy, a lot of heartbreak, a lot of pain, and near-to-death experiences also of losing people in your life as well. So, and yet today we stand here, and because Rahul insisted, it's important that we make a reflection of it. And thank you for what he is asking us to do, because before this I did not think of actually counting what the year was like, and I thought it really didn't go well. But just before we started the session, I went to my camera and actually took a look of what the year was like. And I had 3 of my closest people get married. I've had to send them goodbye to another country. I have had, at the end, when the year was actually not going great and I thought it couldn't get worse than this, I had a call from the hospital saying my dad's actually gone for a checkup, but is admitted into an ICU immediately. So from understanding that it can't get bad, it can get worse, to also understanding that there's joy everywhere even after this. I thought we couldn't get past a very difficult time in my life, and today we're standing here and also joking about what my dad did and how he was in the ICU. For me, this year, in terms of reflection, I don't know what you guys will take back. I am thinking out loud here, and I understand that it gave me an idea of who I am again after a very long time. In a very long time, I thought I have not been doing a lot with my life. And this year, I realized what all I am, what all I can be. And I have surprised myself in a lot of ways. Just before I came here, I took a solo trip for around 10-12 days. And while I was in Udaipur, and I thought, I won't, I thought I'll be lazing around. I'll be in the room actually chilling. But I surprised myself with actually not sticking with my phone. I surprised myself with actually, having more experiences. I surprised myself with actually sitting by the lake for hours and not having to be worried about company. So even after what life can throw at you, I realized that I am somebody who can take it up, breathe, be vulnerable, and then step again. And for me, this was a reality check. I'm saying this out loud for the first time. It's a reality check because all this while I really did think that I can't handle difficulties. And when things were thrown at me, I realized that I did them pretty well. So I heard somebody say this poem a long time ago. It's actually not a poem, it's a song. It's called My Way. I Did It My Way by Frank Sinatra. I don't know how many of you ever read it. And I'll end it with that for all of you. And now the end is near. And so I face the final curtain. We are all facing the final curtain this year. My friend, I'll say it very clear. I'll state my case like I did to all of you. You've all stated your cases in different forms in what you did today, of which I'm very certain I've lived a life that's full. I've truly lived a life that's very full. Because a straight line is actually means you're dead. So you need like an up and down, right? So I've lived a life that's full. I traveled each and even a highway, and more, much more than there is to say, I did it my way. I want to say it with a lot of pride that it's not your way, it's not your way, it's not a way that's said on Instagram or by any influencer. It's not the ideal way, it's not a way you can replicate, but it's the way I did it, and I did it my way, and I'm very proud that the year ended on such a beautiful note for me to move forward. So thank you so much.
I'm reminded of one of the events that she did where at a point when I was in a very bad shape this year, somewhere around March, April. And she gave notes to all of the people who came there. And actually what we did in that event, you'll be surprised, was nothing. We were there for 1.5 hours at her place for that event. There were like a handful of people. And the goal of that event was to do nothing. We didn't speak, we didn't do anything. We just did nothing. And I think the note that she left me on that day was, you can just be. And I think that was a moment where I had that calling for myself of a person like me who's so ambitious, who's so active here, there, everywhere. Having that pause taught me the fact of not feeling guilty for taking a pause. And since at that point, that incident onwards, it became a part of my life where I started to choose doing nothing. And I think that was something that I was grateful to her at the start of the time, and especially I needed at that time that she gave me this message. Thank you, Yashna, for that. Let's move to the next speaker now.
My name is Bina Roy. Life has its own way to throw serendipity. Now, why I'm saying this? Because many things happened in my life, especially in 2025. If I reflect back, my life changed after COVID. I was an English teacher, a simple English teacher teaching in schools. But when COVID hit us, I lost my job because I was in a new place. And since that particular time, I was ruminating, I was thinking, what should I do? Aimlessly, I was scrolling. And all of a sudden, I landed up into a public speaking platform. And since that day, my life entirely changed. 3 things I would say that if you have intention to change your life, to transform your life is going to change. 1 is discipline. Number 2 is consistency. And number 3 is persistency. You need to be persistent. Now, why I'm saying this? Because when I lost my job, I started creating a lot of videos. I started getting opportunities. I gave my first TED Talk. I wrote my first book. I did my IELTS certification, and it is just because of my intention and consistency. And after that, when my husband got relocated in Guwahati, I became mom. Shouldering all my responsibilities alone because my relatives are far away from the particular place where I was there. They were there only for a few months, 2 or 3 months. Later, I had to manage everything. I took help from some of the helpers. They were there. Sometimes they were available. They were not. But shouldering my responsibilities, I was having this thought that after this, what I can do. Because I need to close the chapter here. I have a baby. But I flipped everything. Whenever she used to sleep, I used to record my videos. I used to write something. And in Guwahati, I published my first book. I joined Toastmasters meeting online initially, and then I joined offline. In 2025, in the month of January, I was planning that these are the things I will be doing because I did corporate training as well. That I will be going to different schools and colleges to train. I did few. But in the month of August, my husband mentioned that we need to relocate here, Hyderabad. So we came here and I had to drop 3 important workshops in Guwahati. But as I have already mentioned that, life will throw you in its own way, serendipity. I started connecting, I started building relationships here in this particular place, Hyderabad. Even Rahul helped me. And I hit 3 workshops in Malareddy College. So I believe that it is you who can change. Years will come and go. But if you have the intention to change your life, to transform your life, you can do it. So it's up to you now. Don't wait for next year. Start from today. I think you can change your life because this is how, shouldering my responsibilities, I am working on my dreams and goals. I believe so can anyone. Thank you.
Everyone. So this year I successfully completed my 2nd anniversary. Successfully. During the first year, I thought that I could change the nature of my partner. after the second year, I realized that thinking about changing the partner of nature is the wrong thing. So that is the first reflection. And the second reflection, I can say that previously, in my friend circle or family circle, if I see someone is drowning, I used to help them a lot. I used to drown along with them. But in the 2020, in this year, I realized that if someone is drowning, you just tell them, okay, these are the things are wrong and everything. If still they want to drown, it's okay. Just let them leave. Why? Because this year I did a mistake. I just drowned along with them. Right now, I'm feeling suffocating because of them. That is the two reflections. Apart from that, I can say that I can proudly say that I am the member of HTM, Hyderabad Toastmaster Club. So I'm enjoying the time there. So I participate in multiple speeches at the same time. The humorous speech contest along with the Rahul Anna. I feel like very blessed. So along with that, there's so many things happened this year. I did more than 10 corporate sessions in yoga. Previously, I used to chase for the corporate trainings, but this year I got multiple opportunities. So that I can say that my achievement. So these are the things I can say proudly for this year. Thank you.
Using the corporates for the payments. Thank you.
If I say about, hello everyone, my name is Srikrishna. If I had to say about 2025, I can say only one thing. It was better than 2024 because 2024 was it was way average. So because I set the bar only too low, I didn't keep any specific resolutions for 2025. This is the first. But however, the first half of 2025 was extraordinary because I had that feeling that I have to reduce my weight, and I reduced like 4 kgs of my weight. That was a major achievement, and this was a major achievement for me. Now came the second phase from June to December. At this point of time, I joined a new team, and it was a transition phase for me. And at this time, I was put in night shift. Now the challenge was not the night shift. I have done it in the past. The challenge was with the week offs. Because in 2024, when I transitioned to a new team with a week off of Wednesday, Thursday, it didn't turn out very well. So this time I had the psychological feeling. So I had to at least change the week offs, but I couldn't change the week off because. Somehow the 3 months, June to September, went somewhat good, and I got a good R&R kind of thing in the month of September. But in the night shift, one thing was a challenge for me was the weight loss which I started. So again, right now I am at. Thankfully, I am not at 84, some 83 point something. So here, that is one. But I would say the major achievement in 2025 was quitting Instagram. Now I am the person. Take the phone like this. Reels. Swipe. So from this actually, but now I have a new challenge to face. That is quitting YouTube. But this challenge is fine. But because at least I watch long videos, so my attention span has somewhat improved after quitting Instagram. So this was how my 2025 has been. Coming to 2026, the only expectation, no resolutions and all. Let it be better than 2025. That's what I expect. Thank you.
Hi. I'm eagerly waiting for who is the last one. I thought I'm the last one, but I'm not.
So we have more unlucky people.
Yeah. Previously, I worked, but after a kid, I stopped working, and I'm enjoying myself with my kid. I'm sure I'm behaving like a kid when he is at home. He is going to office at 12 hours working. Even Saturdays when he is at home, he is sleeping or playing with them. I always tell to him because of he did something. He did this one today. I share everything to him. Sometimes he is not spending time with him means he is using phone means I shout at him. You are not at home. When you are at home means then why are you watching movies or everything and all. Doing everything this for kids only, then not spending time with kids means there is nothing to do. Outside only he is enjoying, inside he is torturing me. On the way I asked him, Purvak, do you want something? And my husband asked him. He said, I don't want outside, I want at home only. He is torturing me literally. When he is at home, he is behaving very good kid. When he outside the door, when he is pressing the lift, he started torturing me. I said to him everything. He is saying when I am at home, he is not doing like this. Why are you saying like this? Now he is coming early nowadays, at least 1 hour. Last month we went to Karnataka. I enjoyed. Okay, thank you.
All right, everyone. Good evening, everyone. And I thank myself for being here. It's been a long day. I started at 8 a.m. I did like 4-5 meetings. I came from Tarnaka. Right after this, I have to go there again for a business close, of course. And this thing that I've learned from my 2025, I'll just summarize how it was, the reflections, then, how it's going to change me for my 2026. The one thing that I've learned from 2025, the most important thing is to show up, right? Whether it's morning workout, whether it's office meetings, whether it's date night, whatsoever, whether it's speak up, showing up has helped. No, not really. Thank you for adding that. Why I say that? Because we often say, right, I'll do it tomorrow, I'll do it tomorrow. One thing I noticed, of course I knew it, tomorrow never comes. Yesterday night we were discussing, let's attend this tomorrow. And this morning we were like, let's attend this tomorrow today. So technically it's today, it's never about tomorrow, right? And coming to third most important learnings that I've had is control intake. I've always faced challenges with the intake. I'll tell you one incident. A friend of mine gave me 2 kgs of chocolate, the small ones. And unluckily, I started watching a movie for 3 hours, of course. And I noticed a 2 kg chocolate is gone. I'm like, what? And literally after that, I was watching where is that chocolate. I noticed it's here. So that's something I'm going to control. Of course, intake. Right? And then I noticed that 20 minutes of action is far better than 20 hours of thinking. So this is something, again, I'm going to adopt, learning from the 2025, taking it to 2026. And yeah, again, that's what. Again, obvious. Now, again, I'm entering my 2026 with a beautiful person in my life. She's been a challenge for me when I say... I meant... No, I meant when it comes to intake. So, okay. Food. Yeah. So why that is? So we cook food for 2 people at home. Only one eats. One time she eats, rest me. That's the reason I'm, becoming more bulky. So we decided that So I don't like wasting it. So whatever is left over, I like to keep it. That's the habit I had, which I'm gonna change it. Otherwise, it has been fabulous. I've seen highs and lows, and that's the way it is. Thank you so much for being here. Let's.
My name is Mir Mobid Ali. So when the meetup started, I was very nervous. I was thinking that Rahul would call my name first. I was not aware about the topic, what I would speak. And now I understood what the topic is, reflections. So I would talk about my 2025. It was awesome. It was amazing. And I would tell that in one word, why it was awesome, why it was amazing. Whatever I took up, and the result was nothing. Whichever task I took up with a lot of hiccups, again the result was nothing. So that is the reason why I became used to this nothing. That's why it was awesome and it was amazing. Same thing, I was expecting my name would not be called, but he called my name at Nas. Again, I thought that it was nothing from this event as well. So my resolution, I think, ideally, I would think that for the last 10 years, I have been making resolutions and never I achieved it. This time also, I would ideally, what happens is I make a resolution after 1 month, I'll forget about it. So rather, it has become a habit now. I just enter the new year by changing the calendar in the room. That is how I enter. So I expect that I achieve something out of this particular new year. That is what basically my resolution would be. Okay, thank you.
First of all, thank you everyone. On a day that you could do anything, on a day that you could be anywhere, first of all, heartfelt gratitude for each one of y'all that you were here. Making it to this place, choosing to celebrate with this family, I think that's an accomplishment or an achievement that I would say I've made for myself. Sticking to this Speak Up Club family for the past 5.5 years, despite the on-off, the many things which have happened, I'm so damn proud of the fact that I've been able to continue and build this community. That's one thing for 2025. 9 offline and 9 online Speak Up open mics which were done in this 1 year. Apart from that, the 2 batches of Speak Up Mastery, one was the virtual one which happened in summer, and the second one which was in-person Speak Up Mastery program that we did. So that's one thing that as a part of Speak Up that I'm proud of. On a personal note, like I started the session by saying that this year hasn't been big because I chose to not make it big. I chose to focus on one day at a time, one thing at a time, and I think eventually by the end of it, something big happened by itself. I didn't choose to make it happen, but it happened by itself. So among the things that I could talk of that I didn't do big, but did it every day was one, I started walking from a time last year when I used to see a slope upwards where I used to turn around and say, that's the time for me. Bas, us raste pe nahi jana hai. From there, for the past 6 months, I've walked 10 kilometers every single day. Wow. A total of, for the year, 2,800 kilometers. That makes it to approximately 66 full marathons. But it's not big because I chose to look at that 10 kilometers every day. That's one. Second is I started with this coincidentally, starting recording my daily videos. Happened with the first video which was titled as Just Do It. And somewhere today, by the end of what we are calling this year, I'm at 95 right now, but by the end of this year, it will be 100 everyday videos. And at the end of it, I want to just celebrate it as I did it. And I think that gives a bigger kick than telling that I do it. Just do it. So that's one thing. Something that I'm passionate about is the stage. And this year, I've had a total of 87 stage engagements with a total of 120 hours on stage, either in different forms, either as a 2-minute table topic or a 7-minute speech or workshops or in some form. And that is something that I'm deeply passionate, and I'm happy that I could push myself the boundaries and test and keep doing this element of my space of the public speaking and something that I'm passionate about in living life. So like I've said, the learning for me has been this. I'm not looking at the end right now. I'm not looking at the big things right now. I'm looking at doing the small things with all in. Be it for that 1 hour, be it for that 90 minutes that I'm walking or doing whatever I'm doing, that 1-minute video of which I'm doing. The idea I've learned in this year, especially from the learnings that I've had in the past 2-3 years, is this, that I'm not chasing big things. I'm not chasing ambition. I'm rather chasing to do things with love in a small way, but deeply all in. That's how I'm going in and focusing on being and choosing, like I said with Yashna's case, choosing to do nothing. Because there are being costs of ambition, of choices that we make in the past where at the heart of it, sometimes you have lost yourself in the process. Not that you didn't do it, not that you didn't like the outcomes, but you lost yourself in the process. For me, 2025 has been choosing to not lose myself for anything that comes in my way, in my peace and the way I'm looking at progress. That's how 2025 has been. For 2025, just keep doing what I'm doing. There are a few things which I need to still work upon, but yes, if I keep going in the direction that I am kind of certain of the path that I'm on to, and I think I'll get there. That's the hope that I'm looking for 2026. With that, thank you. Yes. Bolo, question round. With this, we come to an end for this segment of the open mic. I would want to leave each one of you all with a few thoughts. One and the first most important thing is, how many weeks does a year have? 52? If I were to give you a bonus of 1 week, would it change anything? We often talk of the changes or the New Year's on the 1st of Jan. Today is 25th December. Take a bonus of 6 days before the next year kicks in, add this there, and start doing what you have or what you feel that you want to accomplish in the next year per se from tomorrow. Gift yourself these 6 days, get the momentum, and you'll not feel that you're doing something new in the year. It's just that momentum which is building up. The entire feel of the new year and the new year resolution is different, but at the end, if you put a race between two people, one who's starting, who's there in position, and one person who's already running, the one who's already running is 6 days ahead. So give yourself that chance. And how you can do is with a few things that I can ask. There are 2 questions that I want to ask you. Again, I'm not asking an answer, but ask for yourself, and I want to leave this lingering thought. As a coach, I know I do this often. I leave people with thoughts where they want to kill themselves sometimes. The 2 questions are, if, one second, this is something that I heard, it's not my own, but I think which is profound. 2 questions that you can leave back with is, if everyone in the society copied what you have been doing for the past 1 year, in the next 1 year, would the society be better off or worse off? It's a reflection of what you did, not what you want to do. It's on what you did. Second question is, if the version of you 5 years from ago, if the version of you 5 years ago met you today, would they feel proud of you or feel depressed about you? Hard questions, but these are questions that can help you get to the next year in a better shape. Ask yourself these questions, and that's how you can move forward.
So this particular poem is more of for you to think. As I say each line, just think about you being in that poem. This poem says, "Oh, I so love you, dear ear. Oh, I so love you, dear ear. When we met, I fell in love with you. I thought there'll be wonders for me and you too. Oh, ear, I loved you so much." But as the year passed, few doors closed with pain, grief, and sorrow. Few opened for new dreams to borrow. As I moved forward, the relationship between you and me had a tiff. But maybe it was just for a jiffy. Because I thought you didn't love me at all. How could you be so harsh, so beating me every single time, and so left me alone? Oh, ear, I didn't know, you didn't know what I was feeling on and on. As we passed, I didn't want to see your face. There has to be no trace. But soon I realized that at the end of the day, it's you and me standing on this stride. As I move forward, ear, oh ear, I still want to tell you, I have loved you over a period of time. I have loved you as if you were just mine. Let's change it for you and me together. As we move forward in the rest of the relationship left, let's make each one wonder. Ear, oh ear, I love you as much as you do. Just make it as better as you can. I'll put in as much as I can. Let's part ways saying, I loved you.
All right, I'll just take 30 seconds of yours in case you are getting rushed. Seconds. I just wanted to say, like, heartfully that a year ago from now, I was just fighting ki, I have to talk, I have to speak, because I love talking in front of a group. I hosted few games. I keep hosting events as well. That's when I happened to join Toastmasters. That's where I met Rahul, and then I've attended his master class as well. Phenomenal. What is the best thing if I were to tell about this group or the sessions or the class is, I get to learn from everybody's experiences. See, if I have to just learn from my own, I'll take 100 years, which I'm not sure if I live. But there are like 20 people and 20 into 20, which is, I don't know, some math. That's the power of this session, which I love. That's what makes me feel like I'll keep showing up for every session here on.
There's a lot of learnings from this session, but what stood out for me, I think one mentioned that to be confident, you actually don't need a knowledge. That is something I think I'll take it back from here. And second one is how to actually ask a question to create the impact. And the two questions actually Rahul asked me, those are not actually questions. Those are more of like taking more than that, I feel. Because maybe going forward, maybe I'll kind of think in the perspective of asking question not to get yes or no, or even open-ended as well. Something to take it back and people reflect on themselves to see is it something for better or not. That's yeah, thank you.
Make sure that by the end of the year, I am actually really grateful for Rahul and actually for Pragya also. Both of them have seen both of them be very active and very active, not just in taking stage, in making space for so many of us want to express. And that's very rare in these times, actually. And it comes back to the fact that when we being here in Hyderabad, if all of you keep checking for things to do, things that we can do, which is not eating, which is not going to the movies, right? And being Hyderabad with the landscape it is, you don't have beaches or mountains to go chill by as well. So what do you do if you don't want to club, if you don't want to go to the go to eat and things like that? Everything comes at a cost. Yes, they do this without charge. Has very little to do कि free में कर रहे इसके लिए हम जा रहे is not the intention, but it's to say that कि it's very rare when I don't put an amount and I still see a room full. Means these two give so much. These two give so much that we want to be here at the end of the year. And I feel it's very rare because आप एक बार कर लोगे, दो बार कर लोगे, they have been doing this for years now. ऐसा नहीं है कि एक साल किया, we tested it, now we'll charge an amount. That really shows the joy they have in just wanting to continue to do this. And it's beautiful. I really, like, from the very bottom of my heart, feel so grateful that you guys are creating a space as small or as big as possible for people to not think कि मुझे express करने के लिए पैसा देना पड़ेगा, एक commitment देना पड़ेगा. एक amount is a friction in a lot of sense. It creates a lot of hurdle for them also because they don't charge in terms of logistics, and yet this happens. I think it speaks a lot about what you guys give to the community and you guys have in your heart, and I'm very, very grateful for both of you to have existed. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Yashna. I think this journey has been very gratifying for me, and the reason people often keep asking me, "Karte kyun ho?" And there were times when I had the idea of charges because it's also said, the other side of the story is that if you give something for free, it's not valued. But still, I felt somewhere for the people, it's not about the money. It's about the community that they want. It's a space that they want to create and how we all can gel together, and not just about intellectual perspectives that we are adding. That's definitely happening from the stories that we hear, from everything that's happening here. Definitely a dimension of a thought is added. But at the heart of it is, in the times that we live in today, I've seen this gradually because I come from a rural place where I've seen this community where I've seen just my father or grandfather sitting in the veranda and people coming, looking up to them and coming and having that bond, not the blood one, but having that bond of the community. And that is something that I've always cherished. And seeing in cities a lot of commercialization happening and all those things, I felt this is something that I want to continue. for two very reasons, like the mission and the vision of the Speak Up Club, which is one, empower people to speak, because each one of us have stories, each one of us have experience. A lot of us go to the burial ground with all those dead inside. And I think today, even just with today's experience, with 20 stories that I've heard, I think I can take back so much from everyone's thoughts, everyone's experiences, and learn for myself. And that's the platform that I want to create, where people can come and talk. The second is obviously the dimensions of perspectives that we can learn. I have not learned, I don't read books. It might be surprising for a lot of people. For the past 10, 12, 15 years, I've been a speaker, but in the last 10 years, I might not have read more than or completed more than 2 to 3 books. I read a lot, I'm not saying I don't, but often the greatest learning that I have is from people's lived experience. Somewhere, some Dhoni, some Musk, or someone doing something is somewhere we applaud, but the reality is we don't emulate them because we don't know their reality. But I know Yashna's reality, I know Afroz, I know Uma, and I know these people, and despite, they could be flawed, all of us are, but despite all that thing, when I see someone doing something, so whom I can get in touch with, whom I see personally, that's inspiration from. And I pick up a lot of inspiration from all these stories that I hear, and I believe it does the same for everyone here. That's a part of it, not just in the Speaker Club. I want each one of you to go back in your communities, in your spaces, create these spaces where people can share what they feel, what they believe in, and let it be raw, vulnerable. It will be flawed, it will be hurting sometimes, but the way forward to build and keep these communities will be creating these spaces, allowing people to be people. That's what the goal is, and that's what our promise has always been. When I shifted from weekly, because I got tired out of it, every week thinking of an idea and thinking of a theme and all those things, it was definitely taxing on me. And so I shifted to month. But that has been a consistent commitment for the past, it's been 3 years now, I've done this every month. Open mics, virtually and in person also, which is since the past 1.5 years. And this is a commitment that I keep doing this, because this is what feeds me, feeds my soul, and gives me a fulfillment more than any business or money or anything that I'm earning elsewhere. This is what feeds my soul, and I think I'll just keep continuing what I'm doing. Thank you everyone for being a part of this story. With that, वो कुछ बोल रहे थे.